to the Group Chat Podcast.
And good evening. We hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday. It is the Group Chat Podcast. We are live here on this final regular episode of the month of September, which is crazy because September has flown on by. We knew it would. We're having football and everything. We knew that it would. But we got a lot of stuff to cover today. I'm Casey Gisclair. He is Nick Hebert. He is Damian St. Pierre. Man, oh man, we had a thriller down the Bayou between South Lafourche and Central Lafourche. It ends in a 42-41 win for the Tarpons over the Trojans. South Lafourche is now 2-1 on the season, heading into a homecoming matchup against South Terrebonne. South Terrebonne is 3-0. That's very impressive, but it is a soft 3-0. They have beaten two 1A schools, and they've beaten a Como team that is not very good. One thing about the Tarpons, man, getting a little beat up. Terrence was very limited on Friday. He was not a big focal point of the offense, didn't play much defense until the end, getting a little beat up. Meathead got 36, 37 carries. They got some bumps and some bruises because they played 3 full 4-quarter, very physical games. Curious to see if they have enough gas in the tank to get by South Terrebonne tomorrow on homecoming. Should be a fun matchup. What are you guys expecting to see tomorrow?
I think Terrence is feeling a little bit better. Talked to him last night. He's looking good. He had a little eye issue early in the week, but that's behind him. He's all good now. Man, Meathead was very impressive in that game Friday night. He put the whole offense on his back, and he's like, okay, second half, give me the ball. We're beating Central. Yep. And that was fun to watch, sitting right next to his dad. That was
I'm sure Boogie was real nice and calm while that was going on.
that was some good times sitting in that little area. But we Jarvis, shout out Baby J.
Baby J.
Big game. I think it was 10
for 195.
Biggest game of his young little career so far. So congratulations, Baby J. Look, hopefully our defense can make some more stops this week. Offense can keep doing what we're doing, and we can get an easy win. Not an easy win, but a win nonetheless against South Terrebonne.
You know, the thing that stood out to me is them 5 dudes on the offensive line are some end, bro. They were just dominating the game. Central Lafourche had a decision to make. Do we stack the box and try to stop the run, or do we go with a lighter box and try to stop the pass? They made a decision. We're stacking the box. And BJ made a decision too. He said, don't matter. We're still running. And they were getting 4, 5, 6 yards of play. And that's the second week in a row now that the Tarpons show you could load up the box and it's not going to bother us. Pearl River did the same thing. South Lafourche ran it through them in the second half. Central Lafourche did the same thing. South Lafourche ran it through them. And while having those big loaded boxes, it also makes yourself vulnerable in defense to have a Baby J 80-yard touchdown if they could pop a play action here or there. Terrence is going to get his, and they're going to throw the football to Haven Green and Dre, and they got weapons, man. And it's one of those situations tomorrow. Again, South Lafourche is going to have the size advantage over South Terrebonne's defensive line. I think they're going to run the football effectively. Does Aaron Babin commit some help? If he does, when's Josh Mack going to start zooming it out there to some of those weapons? It's kind of a pick your poison right now, and that's what's exciting from the Tarpons. Very rarely do you have a high school team that could do both. Most high school teams are unbalanced. They do one of the two things well. The Tarpons really could do both well because in that game against Central, Josh Mack was 15 of 18 with like 215 yards. That's good stuff. And the Tarpons are now trying to defend their home field again tomorrow on homecoming night.
Sat here last week talking about the physicality of the first games that South Lafourche played, and I sat here and said, it's going to be a big help, being that they played in those type of games, they're used to those type of games, but you hit the nail on the head when you opened up. Our guys are beat up a little bit. I was a little surprised at how close the game was. Mm-hmm. I thought South Lafourche would come out and win by 2-3 scores from some of the film that we had seen on Central. It leads me to believe that this week is going to be a little bit closer than what folks may think. And being that it's homecoming week, a lot of guys, their heads aren't 100% into it. It's going to be an interesting Friday night at South Lafourche. But look, credit to the special teams. That's what ended up winning us the game on Friday night. And us, yes, South Lafourche is us. I'm an alum. I could say that. They converted when Central didn't. Couple questionable decisions on the Central sideline, on the coaching side, and timeouts, leaving them, timeouts, taking them. Maybe kicking a 48-yard field goal to try to win the game wasn't the best call in the world. Maybe there was some frustration from a lot of those folks close to the program, not close to the program, whatever that may be. Our defense, man, we knew Central was coming in with a lot of firepower, but we got to be better than what we were. We got to be able to shore up a bunch of different things. Central had one play for a touchdown to start the game. Just little things like that. I get you want to be aggressive. I get you want to do get all your stuff in, right? That's what everybody wants to do. But you gotta take away something. And I don't know if on Friday night we took anything away from the Trojans. Obviously, that's why they scored 41 points. We got to be better on that side of the ball. We got to protect our guys that we're relying heavily on. It's a grind. Any football season is an absolute grind. And if you want to be successful later in the season, I know our schedule gets a little more favorable towards the end of the year, but you want to keep these guys healthy. You want to get some other guys some reps to get them better, not only for this year, but for the following year. It's going to be an interesting season to see how things turn out for the Tarpons. That defense got to be shored up. Offense, you know what you're getting. Defense got to be shored up to give up that many points. I guess my angle was the Vanderbilt game, and maybe that's too big of a curve. Is Vanderbilt that good?
I think so.
They have to be.
Yeah, I think
if they destroyed Central the way that they did.
We're going to find out a lot about Central Lafourche tomorrow against Thibodaux. They are playing Thibodaux at home, and they are very confident that they can win that football game. So we'll see. We'll find out.
Let's talk about that decision to kick the field goal at the end of the game. What did you guys think of that?
Are we just here to get Casey fired up today?
I thought it was a great decision.
There's people in the crowd saying, what they do? And I'm like, shoot your shot. I mean, if the kid makes it, you win. If not, I mean, what's...
Oh, no. I'm approaching it from, I thought it was a terrible decision. I thought it was great for South Lafourche.
I mean, if they have the faith in that guy to send him out there for what it was at a 50-yarder or whatever.
You missed an extra point.
Yeah, you missed 2 extra points, man. That's where I'm going with that. Now,
the odds of him making that are just as good as the odds of them throwing the ball down the field and getting a touchdown.
How many 30-plus yard plays did they have on offense? A bunch. How many extra points did they have?
I disagree with you, Nick. The odds are they could probably score a touchdown better than they could score a field goal.
But if you just get everybody back, like spread your defense out so that not to give up a long play like that.
So why not do that the entire game?
I'll tell you this.
The score was on every possession.
Look, I'll tell you that one of the things that Coach Vedros said was his concern about that. And he was open about it. He said, hey, man, we maybe could have done some clock management stuff a little different. But he said one of his concerns at the end was he felt his offensive line was getting worn down and Braxton was getting into the backfield every play at the end. He didn't think that they could get the receivers 30 yards down the field into the end zone. So he thought it would be, all right, hey, let's run a Hail Mary. Braxton's going to kill my quarterback, and then we're going to have to throw a 10-yard pass, and then we won't be able to do anything. So that was one of his.
I totally understand that because the last 2 drives that they had, we were just getting through the line and giving them trouble. But
yeah, so
Braxton's getting in the backfield no matter what, bro. Tired, not tired. My dude is getting in the backfield and touching.
Little Debbie. So what about the that? I don't know if it was a purposeful onside kick. The onside kick.
Yeah. So. I started going off on the officials. I was wrong. The officials actually got that one right. So here's the rule. It was a onside kick that the Tarpons saw on film that the Central Lafourche backs, they go backwards. Like they knew they had him dead to rights. And Coach Santamo would come on here and he would say this. He's one of the special teams guys. He instructed the guys on the kickoff team, just catch the ball. It's our ball. They didn't realize, and I didn't realize this either, and I think this is only a high school rule, you have to let the ball hit the ground and then field it. So the Tarpon players didn't do anything wrong. They were instructed to catch it out of the air, which is what they did. If they let that ball hit the turf and didn't smother it, they would have gotten it. And where I was freaking out on the air is the official call was kick catch interference. And I'm blowing a gasket like, dude, there's nobody there. But that's technically the call when you don't let the ball hit the turf. So they actually got that one right. It was just a little mistake and an error in communication by the Tarpon coaching staff, not fully knowing the rule. But a great job seeing it on tape as they almost stole a possession there for sure. South Terrebonne tomorrow is going to come in. They're going to run a spread offense. They've got a big, skilled tailback. He's not as explosive as the Central Lafourche guy. They've got a quarterback that's more of a game manager. He's not quite Jeremy Cleveland-esque. But what they're going to feature is they've got a very good defense. And they've got a defense that they think can maybe limit South Lafourche. In 3 games, they've pitched 2 shutouts. It's going to be one of those things where if they're scoring every single time they get the ball like Central did, I don't know if the Tarpons are going to be able to repeat their last week's offensive performance, but could it be a situation where South Lafourche gets some stops like they did against Pearl River and like they did against Thibodaux? If it's a higher scoring game, it favors Big Blue. If it's a lower scoring game, I think it favors South Terrebonne. May the chips fall where they may. This is going to be a good one. The Tarpons right now are number 8 in Division I non-select. South Terrebonne's number 3 in Division II non-select. So high-stakes ball game, a lot of power points on the line. Should be a good ball game tomorrow night.
Any of my guys are listening, I get it. Homecoming is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, twice, 3, whatever that is. Don't overlook South Terrebonne.
100%.
This is 100% game circled, let down type of game. You've been beaten up on South Terrebonne your whole life. Take this as a Super Bowl type of game. Leave the dance, whenever that is, the Saturday now. You don't have to get ready for the Friday night. Get off the golf cart, go play football, and win a game.
Yep.
That's my advice.
And to that point, they're going to be hungry. And when I say they, I mean South Terrebonne, because last year, South Lafourche went to Berg and ruined their homecoming. So they've got this one circled. The Tarpons going to have to play well tomorrow.
I got a question of those power ratings.
What's up?
How is South Lafourche 8 and Thibodaux, where are they?
15
when they're both undefeated and they beat us?
I have no idea, but yeah, it's a mathematical formula in some kind of way.
So I was talking to Coach Dylan Smith Friday. We were texting back and forth while we are doing our Big Blue breakdown at Tylen's, and he was telling me the reason they do have a Week 8 opponent, and he let me know who it was. The reason they took this off because it helps them in the power rankings.
Yeah. Sometimes they say playing 9 versus playing 10 gives you a little bit of an advantage. But to your point, Nick, they're 3-0 and they have a head-to-head. They're 15th. South Lafourche is 2-1, lost to Thibodaux, and they're number 8. No clue. Now, to be fair, the 3-game sample size, it should, in theory, when we get to 10 games, it should level out and be a little bit more accurate. But right now, it's a little, I'd say that, kabuki-ish, using a wrestling.
Is that how they say that?
Kabuki-ish.
Okay.
Terrebonne tomorrow will be playing host to another big opponent. They're playing Hahnville tomorrow. Hahnville's undefeated. They're 3-0. Hahnville's been running through everybody. Hahnville beat up on E.D. White last week. That was a very impressive win. Terrebonne's 3-0. They beat up on St. James last week. That was a very impressive win. The people in Houma are probably tailgating already because that snowball keeps getting more and more snow with every single passing moment. Tomorrow, the Bayou Tigers versus the River Tigers. Tyler Lewis and his guys trying to slay a river giant. They lost to Hahnville last year. This is a different Terrebonne team this year. If you're a team that could beat St. James 28-8, you're legit. That's going to be one hell of a game tomorrow in Houma. You'll be able to watch it live on Bayou Sports.
Oh, where can I watch that?
Bayou Sports.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like Channel 25?
Maybe in the future, but yeah, you go on Facebook, you'll be able to catch that one tomorrow night. So
I don't get nearly a quarter of the amount of texts that you get about high school sports, but being that we talk about it, people listen to us, and look, we appreciate every listen. Our viewership has gone up tremendously since football season
100%.
came up, which we kind of had in mind that it would happen. I got a text about Hahnville's quarterback.
He's legit.
That person, big fan of the show. And he laid it out that the Hahnville quarterback is a baby Jaden Daniels. They were super impressed. I'm talking about the E.D. White folks, super impressed with his skill set, what he did. And this is a team that's coming from playing some high caliber teams, a Jesuit and a Holy Cross, right? So it's not like they're comparing them to a middle school team, whoever that may be, some high caliber teams.
Yep.
So what you're seeing tomorrow night is not going to be a slouch Hahnville coming in. If Terrebonne were to beat them, it's a highly efficient Hahnville team. I think the winner of this game is going to put themselves in a very, very good position, not only in the playoffs, but again, I'll go back to that confidence factor, that confidence that you could beat a very, very good ball club. And I'm going to be tuned in to that and checking that out.
Look, here's the thing that Terrebonne has. And we fall in love with the skill guys. And they got, the kid that they call the Bear that ran for 290 yards or whatever, and he's incredible. And he's just one half of a duo because the other running back is a 4-star player in Celestine. But here's what Terrebonne has that makes them so dangerous. Offensive line, left tackle, signee. Left guard, signee. Center, signee. Right guard, signee. Right tackle, signee. 5 college offensive linemen, defensive line, 3 of the 4 signees, middle linebacker, signee. They're so good up front. And Tyler Lewis told us on play-by-play last week, he said, it's going to be a close game in the first half. The second half, we're going to break their ass down. That's exactly what happened. It was 14-8 at half. The second half, Terrebonne ran the ball. Boom, boom, boom. The brick wall broke. There was rubble everywhere. They win the second half 14-0 and dominate. Now, that was against a 3A St. James. Hahnville's going to have more numbers. Can they follow the same formula against Hahnville? Remains to be seen. But, boy, I sure want to see it because it's going to be an awfully exciting night. And then people in Houma are freaking crazy. It is going to be insane to watch that environment. Because I know Hahnville's coming. Terrebonne's coming in a big way. They sold out the home side last week. That's going to be an awesome matchup tomorrow.
I'm going to go back again, man. The food at those tailgates must have been tremendous.
From what I hear, they were living it up.
We can't get a plate. Like, we big Terrebonne guys here. Can't get a plate.
They were living it up. And you're right. Tyler Lewis actually likes what we do. He's given us an open invite.
I feel like we're in a good spot because, hey, coach, I don't need you at 7:15 in the morning. Hey, coach, look, we go from 6 to 10.
Right.
Whatever's good for you. You got any high school coaches that are listening, any middle school coaches? We take guests. Right now, I'm not saying we're scrambling for guests because we're doing the right thing and we're broadcasting a lot of different things and bringing light to a lot of different folks that maybe didn't get it all the time. But if you want to come on, man, just give Casey a call, give us a text, shoot us a message online, whatever that may be. You want to come on and talk about your program, we are more than happy to be your outlet.
Yep, I could easily get Tyler Lewis on. And in fact, we could maybe even work on that for next week. He's game. He'll come on whenever. Tonight, we got some good games around the state, but not anything local, so it's not too much to pay attention to. I say not local. Central Catholic is playing Bunkie tonight. That's about the only thing with any local flavor whatsoever.
Casey, before we move on, I have my spreadsheet up.
What's up? Vanderbilt
and Sulphur. I know Vanderbilt destroyed Sulphur. You know how bad that was?
44-14.
Ooh, Lord. Ellender, Houma Christian.
Ellender crushed them. 42-3 or something like that.
I picked them.
Yeah, it was lopsided for Ellender.
My guys at Lutcher,
they won. 27-20 goal line stand. They won.
We in the win column for Lutcher.
Yeah, so Lutcher has a dub.
Love to see it.